Green light, go, go, go.
What's going on with the throttle?
Green light, go, go, go.
I'm still trying to figure this game out. Emoji happy tears.
I had it figured out quite some time ago, but it's been a while since I've played it, and I'm trying to make my Top Gun account a bit more than just Gran Turismo, and I'm very much in a love-hate relationship with Gran Turismo at the moment, because I love you at the moment, bro. The feedback you give me and the support you give me for my content is exactly what I need to keep going. But I also get accused of showboating or dick swinging by putting up content like that, you know, tweets or certain, you know, choices in the songs. So that's made me want to back off, because I'm like, well, I'm not getting supported for any of it really, you know, and I'll never be one of those guys that just plays Gran Turismo and streams dailies religiously. It just gets boring to me when we spar up at the moment, and me winning fucking 4 races in a row gets a bit boring. So I'm trying to expand. I've played a lot of this on my other account and got to the competitive stage, but yeah, to basically be slapped down for doing well doesn't sit well with me. I just left a sour taste in my mouth, and now I know that no one plays this, so I'm like, well, I'll go fucking play something else and make content out of that, because this game, in my opinion, has, like, even though it looks shit at the Gran Turismo, the replays are fucking outstanding, the racing is outstanding. Like the AIs, I'm pumped it right up to never get pole before, because I'm trying to make it actually competitive, you know. Yeah, just trying to expand, bro. Trying to get more trophies on the Top Gun account. Get the name Top Gun out there for when I move over to iRacing. Which, the way I'm going with Gran Turismo, it's gonna happen sooner rather than later, because I'm fucking sick of the community. I'm sick of the dick swinging, I'm sick of the... just all of it, really. Fucking monkeys that just play the same shit over and over again. Expect a different result. Hang on, I gotta play around with these volume settings. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna fix now. I remember having to do that before. Bring that right down, bring the engine down. I've got a bit of music going in the background, just trying to have some non-copyright instrumental stuff going on. Is the music too loud? Can you hear the music alright? Is it too loud? Give me feedback, mate, if you can.
I'm also co-VRT company LOL.
Covert company. Yeah, no, I know who you are, bro.
Sounds good.
I know full well who you are. Yeah, this is your personal account, and Covert's your racing account. I remember you saying on Chopper's stream that that's who you were. Alright, so what do we want? Broadcast settings, advanced settings. We'll turn her up. Turn her up. Alright, that should be a bit better, but let me know if I still need to change it, mate. We'll get it to a optimal setting where you can hear the game. And oh shit! Sorry for that.
Detected.
Alright, can you hear me okay compared to the car? Or is the car still too loud? Because I can't lower it more. Don't blue flag me, mate. Oh, that's right, I fucked up my lap. Alright, go on. But yeah, as I said, love-hate relationship with the game, because
much better, but still a little loud.
so what's loud? The car? Probably. These game sounds are just incredible, man.
Car.
Yeah, it's definitely a car. Alright, that should be good. Hearing seems, the sound seems pretty audio. I can hear my own voice. Still hear the car.
Hey, thing with sport for me too.
Yeah, it's tough, man, because like I can be good at it. I'll never be top split.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a team where we fucking help each other out and pump each other up rather than tear each other down. And I guess I'm one of the ones tearing people down too. So yeah, just in a bit of a rut with the game. Like, not physically, I mean it's Spa this week, I should be, like I turned it on before, I loaded it up and I was just like, Like, yeah, I looked at someone who was streaming it. They had like a 2:16.9. They were starting on pole. I was like, I'm half a second faster than that. But then I was like, but what's the point? You know, I'm just jumping on to beat people, which seems to be the thing with fucking Gran Turismo. Like, but yeah, just in a bad mental space with the game. Come on, mate. Just so fucked me third qualifying here. I'm going to be last. And I think I've put the AI up a bit too much. Yeah, glad we've got the sound sorted. But honestly, bro, the only reason I'm still playing the game is to make content. And when I'm not being supported on the content by teammates or, you know, rivals or whatever, like I love enjoying making the content, and comments like yours honestly make it so worth it. Like, I woke up to see your comments this morning on my latest video and I was just like, this guy's the best. He's barely had him following me for ages and just makes a point of, you know, actually watching the videos. Like, even I was saying to a mate yesterday about some of the music I put in, and he was like, oh, you always use metal. And I'm like, it shows that a lot of people don't really fucking listen to my shit, do they? Because I've used a lot of different music, man, and I'm throwing in a lot of different music to catch out people that essentially aren't watching the content. They're just flicking through it or whatever, you know. And when I make like a stream is to be flicked through if you don't watch it live. When I make the content, it's meant to be something that's viewable, you know, something that you can watch for entertainment and, you know, have some good music and some good action. But I don't get support off the people I support.
I haven't done any dayless this week, not really into the dayless, more of a point racer.
Yeah,
dayless
same,
will
bro.
Drive you crazy, lol.
100%. I am, like, that's why I'm back on this, because, like, FIA's not on. I'm not a fan of Race C this week. Like, I could do it, but I was on that, he's streaming at the moment, what's his name? American bloke. Z28 Gaming. And, you know, as soon as he went to do C, everyone was like, McGon, and I was like, fucking sheep. It's like any race that's Group 4 hards only, McGon. It's just fucking boring, bro. Like, even Spa, you knew that the MRs were going to be the cars to go to, but so many people are in the fucking Supra, because it's just...
Yeah, I don't get much support either, bro.
It's a sheep car. Yeah, I get that, man. And I've definitely, you know, now that I see your content coming up, I'll definitely check it out. And I've seen that Meta's doing the same, which is good. You know, it's like we're both basically, like, he was first coming into Chopper's streams to try and just talk to Chopper because they were having a lot of incidents in race. But I was there, you know, like, not so much to support Choppergetti, but just to try and, like, have fun in the stream, but definitely to try and, like, not advertise my own stuff, but just, like, because you can't advertise your own stuff unless you're a fucking admin on their page, but just to get my name out there. Like, we do a lot of...
friends in real life?
Not in real life.
Gear.
Not in real life. Oh yeah, Metal Gear, yeah. Not the Metal Gear, Meta 7 Gear. Metal Gear, if I said I was his friend, he'd probably laugh at that. And a lot of other people would call me a fucking loser and a sweater and supporting a hateful person. I don't condone a lot of what Metal Gear says, but I definitely enjoy watching his streams. Meta is definitely a mate, not in real life, we live in different states, but we've met because of the game, and become rather close. We're the same age. We're very different, but at the same time, just on a lot of the things we're into, basic views, intelligence, stuff like that, like, we are very similar. So, yeah, he's definitely a good mate. I try and support him
Right, we have some wet conditions.
a lot with everything
Comes to slippery.
that he does.
Braking distance.
But yeah, just like I said, I'm creating this content for myself essentially, like because I like creating it. But when you put it up, like if you put up a stream, you do dailies for a couple of hours, you get all these views and comments and likes and people there, and then you put one of those edits takes twice as much time, you know, effort-wise, as what it does to put up a stream, and then you get no love on it, and it's very discouraging. Like when I sit there and watch the video after it's done, I'm like, fuck, I love this, like it looks so good, and I'm happy with it. But like, you know, when it's been up for a day or two and you haven't even had 40 views, a couple of likes, like it's very, very, very discouraging.
Green light. Go, go,
You know, I'm a part of like a Gran Turismo group on Facebook. I get nothing on that. I'm in 2 different Discords. I get nothing on that. I posted in, you know, our team's group. I get nothing on that.
Car on the right.
And I get bitter, and then people try to throw shit back in my face. Like when I say, you know, oh, all this group or Discord's for is just swinging your dick. Oh, I did this win, or I beat this person.
Car on the right.
Then when I put up a video and I'm beating people, I'm flexing because I'm showing off. So it's just like I can't win. You know, I can't stay in the background. I just can't win. So it's put a bad taste in my mouth. And I've realised it's my own issue, and I need to back off. And just people want to watch it, they can fucking watch it. They don't, whatever. But saying that, and this is bitter, if I'm not going to be supported,
then a
then
little Filipino gets 1500
Yeah.
views every
Yep.
video. LOL. I
yep,
don't know.
and he drives, honestly, bro. Like I like Chuppagetti, he's entertaining, but he drives like a piece of shit at times, man. Like his rage moment a couple of weeks ago was one of the worst things I've ever seen in an FIA race. Like I had to deal with Japanese momos, but to see someone who has 30,000 subs and all those viewers, and he's driving around with the fucking Tetris team ramming people off the road and getting supported for it, it's fucking disgusting. Like that's not the type of racing that I like. And in, you know, over here, Metal Gear can very much, like Metal Gear's outright the fastest, but if he has an incident with someone, he will go off. Like I can get dirty, but I mean he'll spend the next half hour calling this person all sorts of things, and then someone's like, you can't say that, that's racist. He's like, I'm not being racist, I just like saying it. And it's like, well, that's still racist. So yeah, like, why is this guy going straight in the pits?
I know. So crazy. He flipped the AP out. LOL.
Yeah, he did. He flipped, man. And then, like, I had a shot at him, and that Jai Nakamura was like, you don't get it. You know, what's he meant to do? Play a victim? I'm like, I've been that victim, bro. Like, I know what it's like to be beat up all the time and to feel like you just get beat up because you're not the driver that fights. Like, you just let people go or whatever. And I am that driver, and I've kind of got a reputation now as letting the faster guys go and not defending, you know, bitterly for my life because I don't want to lose my race. But it's not my style of driving, bro. I think there's a very toxic community in the game too. Like, I think everybody just wants, and like the same could be said of me, but when I'm a part of a team and I genuinely like get excited for those teammates when they improve or they get good results, I feel I really try to push that, you know, like I put up all these lobbies so we can better ourselves in practice, and you know, you see the progression throughout the lobbies as the week goes on, and then you get to FIA and you just get, you know, solid results, and you're like, you know, I knew you were going to do it, you were going to kill it. Like, yeah, it's just, I genuinely think I am supporting of my teammates. I don't think I get, and I could be wrong, I could be bitter, I don't know, but I definitely don't think I get the same support back whatsoever. And I think a lot of people think I'm faster than I actually am, or I'm better than I actually am, or I think I'm shit, or so, I don't know, but I think a lot of people just expect me to do well, and then when I do well, it's like, yeah, whatever, you know, like, but don't do well regularly, especially FIA. You know, last season, season 4, my best seasons ever, and it was a struggle, a real constant struggle to get yourself to a position where you were scoring well, you know, good points. But yeah, just a bit bitter, mate. Love creating the content, and I try to, like, even I put it to the team, you know, because I was going to try and make a I've been trying to do this for ages, but nobody shows any fucking interest. And then when I put a stream up, they all want to jump into the lobby and showboat. But I wanted to put a team-based video together. It's like, you know, one big music video that has a, you know, 1-2 minute montage of each driver within the team doing whatever they, you know, prefer to do. I appreciate that, dude. I really do, because it's like, especially because I'm doing it on the Share Factory too, it's not exactly the easiest program to work with, and it's very limited by its capabilities, so I think I do a good job. Like, I look at some of the content that guys create on PC, and I think I do a better job on the PlayStation, but my content could be considered samey or whatever, but I don't really care. Like, I personally, like, if you're watching a stream, you're watching the whole race, you're listening to their commentary. After that, I personally don't want to go watch a full race replay with commentary and have someone talking about exactly what they were thinking at the time, or I don't know, it's just like, you've already seen them do the full race. I did the full race myself. I'm not going to sit here and watch a full video of a breakdown of, you know, how great they were during the race. And that's just me. Like, even when I'm doing a stream, like, I try not to get distracted about commentary during the stream. I should probably put my foot down. Also, I think that car pitted already because the rain's gone away.
I know what it takes making these bits, so when I watch your bits I see all the work and effort you put into it.
Oh sweet, that's pretty much the comment. Like, and I agree. Like, I've looked at some people's comments, edits, and you can just tell, like, some of the shots are stunning. You know, between, I can only work with the Gran Turismo replay engine and Share Factory, so like, it can become very samey very quick. Like, a lot of my intros, they're becoming very much the same thing, but I try to show off the cars, I try to show off the liveries, I try to show off the track, I try to show off the unique settings, all of that, you know, that you can fit into a 1-2 minute intro, and then try and condense a 20 to 30 minute race into something that's viewable. Because even when I first started doing it too, like, I had people saying, oh, you know, the videos are too long, and I was like, alright, like, I'll work on the length of the videos. And then other people just put up full replays with full commentary. I'm like, this is fucking boring. Like, it's just, yeah, I like, in the moment when you're watching them stream and do the race, it's intense, but like, watching the replay knowing the result, you're like, what's the point? That's why I stopped streaming FIA too, because if I had a good result, I could make an edit, and then, you know, people could look at your points, but they're still not going to know what result you had. You know, they might look at your points and go, oh, you had a good result, but depending on what split you're in, they're not going to know exactly how you did. So, yeah, but it's just personal preference, and I know that's just me, but like, I've been watching YouTube a very, very, very long time, and like, when YouTube was first a thing, when I was like 20, and like, I'm 34 now, so like, when I was like 20, all I ever watched on YouTube was AMVs, so like, animated music videos for like Dragon Ball Z, and it had like fucking Linkin Park, you know, narrating the whole Cell Saga or something like that. And to me, that was exactly what I was looking for, like, in consumable content. And then as the years and years have gone on, it's still pretty much the same thing in terms of like what makes a good video, what makes consumable content. And I'm never going to be a dude that has a fucking thumbnail with my, like, chuppers, you know, with my face being like I'm never going to be that guy. It's about the content, it's not about me. I'm not a character. Like, I'm not a Jacksepticeye or a fucking PewDiePie or something like that, and I never will be. Like, even if I had 10,000 followers, it'd probably be for the wrong reasons, not because I'm a fucking character. Like, but yeah, it's tough because I enjoy the racing, but I'm at that point now where the community is just so fucking toxic and so full of themselves that I would much rather just do a race, get the content, and then go off my own little world and you know, do the edit. But yeah, it's just love-hate, and I think I've had some people that, like, when they hit, it's like they hear me.
I want a total FIA game, something like e-racing but for PlayStation. Yeah,
well, I mean, this, I'd say Assetto Corsa, because the wear, the tyres, the pit strategies, everything. But wait till Assetto Corsa Competitor Zone 2 comes out, because that will be the real deal. Sadly, Gran Turismo is all we've got, and I think Gran Turismo 7 is going to suck. I think it's going to tank, and I've got a lot of negative things to say about that game before it's even come out, you know, from everything I've heard about it and seen about it. I think it's just very much going to be GTS Sport 2. So I'm not that excited. Like,
I do too.
I'm very much in the transition of wanting real racing, and like, there are people like Gran Turismo is a good arcade race. Like, it's a semi-sim racer, but it's not a sim racer, not like this. Like, it doesn't even have fucking weather effects like this, or damage, like the damage and the physics. It's like playing fucking Minecraft with the physics in that game sometimes, man. And people will defend it to the death. You know, Metal Gear is one of them. Like, will defend it to the death as like the best driving game ever, and they refuse to play any other driving game. And I think that just says more about them as a driver. You know, that they can't do the other games. They can't do the hard stuff. Like, they can just jump on a, like, you look at Spa right now, and if you can drive the fucking Supra on mediums and drive it to its limit with nowhere, you can put in a good time. And that's not how the car's driven. Like, you try and do that in an FIA race at Spa, and you're fucking dead. You'll be dead after the first lap. So, yeah, I think people defend Gran Turismo vigorously, like it's the be-all and end-all of racing games, and it has not been for a long time. Like, even as an arcade racer, it's been surpassed by Forza fucking years ago. Like 3 or 4 Forzas back, it was surpassed. So I get over that, you know, and in saying that, I follow a lot of people who only play Gran Turismo, and when you watch them, they're very good, and you expect to see them just do well, you know, but then that can get old hat very quickly, and when they're not doing well, they get vicious. It's a curse that hits anybody that streams regularly for Gran Turismo. Like, it's like the pressure gets to you. You can race by yourself, not be in a party, and you're fine, get your edited video, but the moment you're streaming, you can have an issue, and you're like, fuck this good fucking ticket, and then that's it, you know, it's on. You become the enemy, and I've become a victim to that recently. One of my best mates, who was the cleanest, nicest, most respectful driver I know, has become very filthy and dirty at times on the track, and it's not good, and the game is doing that to us, you know. So and then you got other ones who they just play it religiously, and you know, when they win by miles, they're like, oh, plebs, shit cunts. And then the moment they, like a Metal Gear, the moment they have an issue or an accident, they just rage and, I will fucking kill you, you know, why's this shit? And it's I'm guilty of it too, and it's a Gran Turismo thing, like, but yeah, I don't know, I'm just really dirty with it. Try create the community, like, which we were, my lobbies alone, even before we created Top Gun, you know, I've had Mr. MCA, I've had Choppagetti, Metal Gears, but like, having Mr. MCA join your lobby, you know, and then use that lobby for his videos, like, that was happening 6 months ago with me. So like, with the lobbies, I knew I was always doing it well, but then you add in the streaming and yeah, like a lot of people, I feel this too, and I believe this, I stand by it. I think I've got 2 or 3 followers who will only join in or jump on if I'm streaming.
So tired of the whole, you hit me so I hit you.
Yeah, that bullshit, like that's literally what I'm saying. One of my mates has I've resorted to it, and I don't look good at all. But to see one of my mates who was the cleanest driver over New resort to that, it's worrying. I don't want him ruining his reputation and, you know, turn it into another Metal Gear like I was starting to. It's not a good look. But yeah, I genuinely think that I've got some followers who I've got followers who I'll put up a stream and they're only there for the stream. You know, they won't join the races, they won't join the lobbies. They are just there for the stream, and they're the same with other people they watch. You know, like Louncy, you'd see him in Chuppagettis all the time. Good bloke. But then I have others who, are you streaming? Are you going to stream? Are you putting a lobby up? And, or, you know, I'll put a lobby up and there's no stream, and then no one joins the fucking lobby. You know, because they don't have the platform to show my viewers that they're better than me. And then, you know, the stream goes up, all of a sudden everyone jumps in. And that gets really old, really fucking fast. That's a massive dick swinging syndrome. Like, even with Chuppagetti, bro, like, we stalk Chuppagetti's lobbies, but it's not to beat him, because I could never beat him. The cunt's way too quick. I'm just trying to advertise my own shit, and build up a connection with either him or his followers. And, you know, if he joins my lobbies, which he has a lot, and I join his lobbies, you know, then the people see your name over and over again. They're like, oh yeah, that guy, you know, like, because when Chuppa does his FIA practice streams, that's where I got most of my following. We were always religiously doing it. So yeah, I don't know, bro, like, I'm dirty. I'm definitely dirty, and I know I am. It's my own issue at the moment. Like, recently, like TMI, but recently quit my job after 5 years because just mental health reasons, just having to pack it in, you know, and especially the last year and a half with all the COVID restrictions and it just being in a workplace that did not care for any of it, you know, like there was no safety or fucking precautions or anything like that. So I packed it in, and that was about a month ago, and now I'm at like a mental low spot, you know, because I've worked for 10 years straight, and I'm now in this point where all I can...
you're honest, man. That's a good trait to have.
I believe that, and I think I've got followers because of my honesty, but at the same time, my honesty's starting to become, you know, brutal. Like an MG, and he's an egotistical, like he knows he's better than everyone, and he'll tell them. Mine is like I expect better from people, and my view of what racing's meant to be and the way they play Gran Turismo, because they can get away with it in Gran Turismo, then it's fine. Like, that's racing, but it's not. Like, in real life, you can't do that shit. Like, and when I talk openly about that, I literally, like, I can have 10 people watching and say 5 likes, and the moment I'm talking about religiously blocking when you're on a worse set of tyres, being lap 2 and you're fucking blocking, you know, in a 20 lap race, like the moment I start talking about stuff like that and saying you're an idiot, your IQ is very low, I get the dislikes. It's like people wait for me to have a crack about what people consider driving, and then the moment I start talking about it, it's like they've got their ammo, you know, their reason to dislike. And I generally know I have people, they don't follow me, they're not sub to me, but they will show up when I go live just for that slip up or just for that moment that they can disagree with, and they will bring it down, you know, like, well then, even in my videos, like I've had people say I literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of hours that show that I'm a clean driver and that I race with respect. But then and this is back on the honesty thing too, I'm honest enough to leave a moment of contact in my video, in my edit, and then people attack me about that one moment. when I, like in the same video, all the other 19 drivers in the race are like, you know, fucking you up sideways, left, right and centre. And rather than say anything about the overall standard of the drivers in the game, they just go me about that one moment. I'm like, fuck, at least I was honest enough to leave it in. You know, like, the people that just edit out all the bullshit or delete their videos when they have rage moments. So my honesty is like it's a pro and con thing, bro. Like, it's, people hate me for it. Honestly, I've got a lot of haters like in that game. I know I do, because of my opinions of the way people drive. You know, what people consider racing. Like the people that are like, Rubbin's racing, bro, deal with it. I'm like, it's not. In a real life, like especially cars like this, in a real life $600,000 car, you cannot make contact the way people do in Gran Turismo. And if you think that's real racing, you're a fucking idiot. It's not like even V8 supercars in Australia, which are like door bangers, you know, like they can't race like that. They just can't.
Car on the left.
Oh, that was late. This AI is so good. Like, and because I'm talking shit, I'm not really focused, but like I'm cruising around with these guys and they're battling and scrapping and
car on the right. Clear on the right.
Gets it done.
Car on the
Fuck
right.
off.
Clear on the right.
Leave me alone. But yeah, I'm in a rut with it, bro. Like even with the edited content, like to give my team and my friends an opportunity to have their liveries or their driving.
This game is amazing.
It is. But to give my friends and teammates, you know, an opportunity to, like if they like my edits, actually like them, to give them the opportunity for me to do a full-blown edit for them, and they show no interest, it's like, it kind of says to me that they actually don't really care about my content. They don't think it's that great, because like, if I was following someone who created content like myself and I was not the content creator and knew nothing about it, and they offered that opportunity, you know, all you've got to do is supply them with the footage and they will create you a cool video, I would jump at it. Like, just jump at it. I wouldn't want to sweat. I wouldn't want to be that guy who like only shows up to be like, oh, can you create this video for me? Like, you've got to be a part of the community. You have to, you know, be involved with the people for the person to know you and be like, you deserve a video, man. But yeah, it's just disappointing for me. Like, and I'm open about it. I was open about it in the group. I put the questions out there. Like, even, you know, when FIA finished, everyone was like, oh, we're gonna need something to do, you know, we need a replacement. Oh man, I've had a whole series like made up that Meta and myself made, sitting there ready to go forever, no interest, you know. It's just, yeah, it's same old fucking shit. Everyone's full of shit.
Clear on the left.
Like, the Gran Turismo problem is that people, like, when it's FIA and it's real FIA, that's the focus, which is fine. But then when FIA is not on, it's just dailies, and I'm like trying to provide people with a substitute for those FIA races, you know, down to the settings and all, and because it can basically keep you in FIA mode, tyre wear, fuel saving, strategy, shit like that. If you'd rather just go play dailies, then just stay on Gran Turismo playing dailies forever, because you're never really going to improve your skill level, which is the only reason I've been religiously playing that game for the last year and a half. Like, and I'm not one who's been playing it since 2017 either. I only got into it in like August-ish last year. So yeah, it's very love-hate, I really enjoy the game. But even now, like, Spa's my second favourite track. I really love the challenge of driving these MR cars, so I should be at Spa right now doing that, but I've got nothing to learn from it. I've got nothing to prove. Like, it was only up as a daily 6 to 8 weeks ago. I did like a 15.6 or something like that in the Lambo, and that was after like a whole week of just trying to beat that time trial. And then when I did it this week, within an hour I had beaten my PB, like by 2/10 within an hour.
That's all full of shit and nobody cares. I understand can't get people to pay attention for a damn minute. Emoji happy tears.
And that's so fucking sad, bro. Like, the shit that people consume on TV, or like how they could sit there and watch a stream, you know, of dailies for hours on end. And you think about it, like, even at the moment, some of the dailies, in between each daily, there is a 10-minute wait. So in those 10 minutes is a perfect time to, like, I even post it in my things all the time saying, you know, once I've done an edit, I'll generally put up a stream and be like, yeah, watch this in the boring bits, or watch this in between races. They don't. You know, but they'll sit there and chat to me in the matching screen, so I don't understand it. Like, I think the only one that I've really enjoyed watching all the time now is like iRacing, because when they're in the car, you're watching the race, and when they're not in the car, they're doing the pit crew stuff. So you're watching like a full replay mode all the time, and they're still talking to their teammate. So I actually love watching it. What's going on in Exile? Speaking of, he's one of the blokes that I love watching iRacing, him and Loopy. In Exile, like, was one of the other days doing a massive endurance, and then when he wasn't in the car, he was still like playing pit chief to his teammate, but took the time to explain all the nuances of the game to me. And was able to, like, still talk to his bloke, tell him what he needed to know, but like show me stuff related to questions I was asking. You can't do that in Gran Turismo. You know, and then looking at the black screen.
Just finishing up the work.
Whoa. Looking at the black screen in between races, like, I don't know how people do it. Like, even with Dan, like, it's when you get most of the interaction with him. Metal Gear, you talk to him in between the matching things, and that's when he gets triggered so easily too. But for me personally, because I get a chuckle out of the bloke, and like, we're basically the same age too. Like, a lot of people outright just hate him, they won't support him. I'm not saying I support him, but I can talk to him, and like, I don't go there to provoke him. I don't go there to poke him and prod him and tell him he's a horrible person. And I think that regardless if he is or isn't, I think the people that do that with their time on YouTube are fucking sad cunts. Like, so even now, dislike, it's just come up because I'm talking about this shit. They hate it. Like, they hate opinions that are against what, you know, what they hold so fucking dear. Yeah, it's what it is. Like, people, like, the dislike thing, like, it's a part of YouTube, it's part and parcel. But like, you're going out of your way to add to someone's views, add a dislike, which adds to their overall algorithm anyways, because you don't like the person. I just think that's a very, 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 very fucking sad existence. Like, especially when it's the people that are sitting at home with nothing better to do. Like, they don't have a fucking job, and when they're not on the game, they're on YouTube, either supporting the people that they support or attacking the people that they don't support. And it's just like, get a fucking life, cunts. Like, but in saying that, that's YouTube. There are literally thousands of content creators out there that have thousands to millions of subscribers, and all they do is create content based on bringing other YouTubers down. Like, be it negative people or positive people, but just something that they literally create a YouTube to just make derogatory content about said person, and then they will spend all their time and resources to get themselves and their followers to go to said person's content and dislike dislike and provoke and prod, and it's just like, it's pretty much a problem with the whole fucking world, you know, like, they're just sad cunts, like, and then, yeah, when you, like, that's just in a stream, you open yourself up to it, which, like, I've known all about this, man. I've done social media forever. I've had Facebook page with 40,000 likes.
The YT algorithm, it seems. Emoji crying face.
Yeah, I've had to deal with this shit on every form. I've done cosplay before, which is, you know, a very nerdy thing, but it's a very vicious, toxic community. What's going on, fellas? Yeah, see, and you get what I mean, in Exile. Like, literally, my missus watches a lot of it, bro, and, like, it's just content of, you know, people, like, the stuff that she's watching, they're good people, and they're talking about, you know, massive YouTubers that, like, say, as an example, if it was an MG, so it'd be like if I created a Gran Turismo page that is just getting raw audio from people's streams where they say things that they shouldn't, or slip up, or have very strong biased opinions, and then I would play the audio with, you know, footage of my own racing or whatever, and then do a pause and break it down and be like, here's where you're wrong, here's where you're a fucking asshole, like, and like, that's what they do. It's negativity creating negativity, like. So yeah, I don't know, it is a problem with YouTube. It's not just something that's directed at me, and it's not like something that I have to solely deal with, but it is definitely something that I react to. It's definitely something that I you know, they get what they want. They get a negative reaction out of me, not quite to the Metal Gear level, but they get what they want. They get a negative reaction out of me, and I'm just like if I even react to it, they win, you know. And I was trying to say this to Metal Gear the other day. He was like, I don't fucking care, and I was like, I think you do. Oh my god, this fuck! Slow down enough, mate. Man, I've been ambling my way through this pack. I've nearly got it at 100% difficulty too. I put it up to 95, and aggression's at like 88. I think I've found, and I haven't, considering how long it's been since I played this game, I think I've found a perfect difficulty. Didn't get the car on pole because of my third qualifying session. This rain too, if you notice, I swear, like I come down the straight and I think it's like stopped raining. I'm like, is it getting drier? And then you go into other parts of the track, you're like, nah, it's pissing down. But anyways, I'll stop with the GT talk and my disappointment that I'm personally feeling in the game and my team. Still love Top Gun. I'm still glad we did the thing. But yeah, it's very one-way, partnership at the moment, and I'm trying to do everything I can to like promote the team, promote the other drivers, and basically have the chance to create content that's not mine, you know, like that's not just me. Because when you're just putting up fucking win after win after win, like a full race replay where you start pole and you finish in first, it's just, who cares? Who cares? Like, it's literally the 20-minute video I did yesterday, bro. Like, that's why I sped through the first 3 races, because I started from pole and finished in first. And then the last race, because I didn't start in first and I won it, I had the full race replay because it was a worthy watching video, you know what I mean? And yeah, I just think that it's too much to toot your own horn. You know, and then when I do like cool edited content, I'm tooting my own horn. You know, from my own teammates or whatever. And they clearly can't understand humour too. Like, Meta has pointed out many times, like, and he doesn't like my music at all, but he has pointed out many times how there is a lyrical theme. I don't just pick the music because I like it, I pick the music because of the lyrics. You know, there's lyrics in there that will either relate to what's going on in the video or is taking the piss. And in yesterday's case, the first song, Better Than You, a very old school Metallica song, it was more the rhythm of the song. It's got that cool, slow build-up intro, and then it was the lyrics, obviously. The bloke that finished second to me is an old rival, and there's a lot of banter between us, back and forth. We used to be teammates. He became quite upset with me. I left the team and then created Top Gun, and he basically accused me of poaching his teammates. It was a negative relationship, but now it's kind of only just starting to turn back into a positive one. We talk to each other again in the races, and you know, we have good races. I was taking the piss, putting up. I've also done another one where he was having dailies and having a rage moment, and he was just punching on with these Japanese blokes, and I put up a song called Bottom Feeder, and straight away Meta messages me and was like, brilliant lyrics. He was like, really funny, and then yeah, yesterday when I did up that video and basically told the group, can we stop flexing all the time? Like, one of them obviously thinks I'm a hypocrite and was like, says stop flexing, puts up a video where you flex, song says Better Than You. I'm like, do you understand humour? Like, do you get humour? Like, or you're just that butthurt by my comments that you have to throw negativity back at me? And I get it, like, I get where they're coming from, but they didn't understand the content, and that's fine with me. Like, it is what it is. But it was definitely not meant to be me saying I'm better than, you know, yous or you or anyone who plays that game, because I'm not. I very regularly get reminded that I am not great at that game at all. God, I wish this rain would ease up. At least just ease up. There's barely even a fucking dry line. Like, there is, and I can feel it and just make it out. But only in certain parts of the track. I really hope this is not going to be 3 hours of rain. Actually, if it is, would I have to change my tyres? Because the only thing that's even coming up is tyre change. Nearly out of fuel too. I hope these guys start pit soon, because yesterday, I don't know what I did yesterday, but when I started the race, I had to pit way earlier than everyone else. I think I started with less fuel, and I didn't even pit in a pit window, so it didn't even count as one of my mandatories. So I was like, what have I done wrong? Today I've filled it to the brim, so I've started very heavy, 110 litres. And I've got just enough for 2 laps maybe in the car, 2 full laps after I complete this one. Mid-pack, hope these leaders start to pit. Oh, that was bad. You stay away from me, Audi. But yeah, I'm loving it again, Buzz. I was almost going to have to message you yesterday and be like, how do I set up my wheel? I can't remember shit. Turn the game on, I couldn't even turn my fucking car. Like, the dead zone was just huge. Felt like I had to turn my wheel 180 degrees before it turned. But yeah, it just feels good to be starting fresh on this game too, just to see the stats going up again. Like, so much faster than what I did with my other one, man. I remember it was at like 5 safety rating for like 10 races because I just kept having bingles. Too aggressive.
Already just got home. I'll see you, buddy. Bye, chat. Have a good one.
No worries, mate. Wish I'd driven this Ferrari earlier. But yeah, thanks for hanging around, bro. Thanks for the chat. Hopefully I guess if there have been people listening, maybe they've got a little bit more of an understanding of where I'm at and what I'm feeling. If they don't, or they don't care, well then they just don't get it. And that's fine too. They never will. And it makes my opinions more valid in, you know, in my head.
See you, dude.
Yeah, Ken's pretty cool, mate. He's been super supportive of my edited content. I seen him come up in Chopper's thing and I said something about custom edited content and he was like, oh, that's what I do too. Checked out his page, it's definitely what he did. Sub came straight back, he's checked on my content. It's what you want.
You're running low, prepare for box.
Alright, they're telling me to box. Still nowhere near a mandatory though. Hey, this Audi.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I knew it was coming.
You've got some light damage on the front.
Gotta be kidding me. After all that, you've got to be kidding me. That's where the AI, it's real. Like, they're brutal. And it says to me, oh, I get a safety rating, so is the other player. But the other player's not a player, it's fucking AI. Like, I could see it coming from that Audi. He was having a sniff for so long. Oh, now, I hate trying to do the, I don't like, I've seen the way you guys do this in iRacing, it's so much better than ACC. Having to program your fucking pit stop while you're driving around the track is the hardest thing in the world. And I'm so glad I remembered the pits the first time I came towards them. I was like, you've got to slow down.
Set your stops in pre-race setup.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't do all of them. As I said, I've forgotten about most of it, mate. Unfortunately. But see, why aren't they pitting, Muzz? Well, I put 110. What is going, something's wrong here. I put 110 litres in the car at the start. I've just run out of fuel. Nobody else is pitting. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, bro. Like, I know I'm doing something wrong, and I've got a feeling I'm going to finish the race, and I'm still going to have the disqualification or whatever it is for, you know, not doing my requirements the way I was meant to or whatever. Yes, if you could respond now, computer, that would be nice. Come on. Thank you.
Let's go, 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 go.
See, like, it's telling me I've got half hour left on my stint. I think I'm gonna have to quit this again, because, like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know what is going on with the game's AI, and I remember this being an extremely frustrating thing when I was doing the career mode. Like as example, Muzz, explain this to me. It's a 3-hour race, right? And I remember this being a problem last time. it's a 3-hour race, and the requirements are 1 hour, 10 minutes each. That would make it a 3.5 hour race. I have to deplete the full time requirements for all those drivers, yes? So how is that possible? Like, I feel like it's broken. Like, this is meant to be 100% race distance. Like, I'm literally doing a championship, full endurance settings. What's going on with that? Why is that not working? You know what I mean? Like, I think this is why I stopped last time. I'm pretty sure this is why I stopped last time. What is going on with this fucking laptop? It just shit itself. Come on. But yeah, if that's going to be the case, I think I've got to stop and sort this shit out, or look it up or something. I know what's going on.
There is no minimum time in the car, however there is a max.
So what, the max is 110? Because it's telling me, like, look, it's saying... Like, it's saying he's got 27 minutes left in his stint. How come when I went into the pits then I didn't have, like, an option to change driver? Wouldn't it make sense? I just did over half of his stint, that the first time I pit, I just swap a driver straight away. A fucking Audi.
Faster car behind you.
Now I've literally been lapped. How long can they wave the blue flag at me before I have to let them go? Because I'm just going to go backwards if that's the case. Do I have to go straight away? That's 3 flags. I don't know what the official rules are in real life even. Pretty sure it's just a blue flag. Get the fuck out of the way. Look at him. He's flashing his lights at me. Come on, mate.
Clear on the right.
Your no driver can spend more than 110 the car by the driver and do less, so you'll do 2 full stints and 1 small one.
Alright, well I just put 110 litres of fuel in the car, so when it tells me to do my driver swap, what am I doing? Going in, doing driver swap, that's it. I've already done tyre change. But see, look dude, like, I'm now a lap down. They haven't pitted. They haven't pitted.
Car on the left.
I had 100 and...
Clear on the left.
Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did only have fucking 60 litres in the car. Because I've got 100 now and it says 37 laps and I've only done 22 laps. I don't know, man. This game can be very frustrating.
Pretty much, unless you splash and dash.
See, like, even why didn't the fuck me? Why didn't the refuel gets activated? I put 110 litres in the car. Is it because it wasn't in the pit window? Which is like so frustrating. I had to pit before the pit window.
Did you preset your starting fuel?
I thought I did, bro. I had it before I put the stream up. I made sure that I had all the settings saved before I started, and I was positive that even because I did had to enter a preset, new, etc. I was positive I filled the car up. But, oh well, live and learn. Just replying on YouTube. Mr. Farmy.
If not, you started with 6 2-liters.
Yeah, I think that's what I did, bro. I mean, it makes sense if I've done however many laps I have. Oh. Gonna be warm. Oh, I should have had a fucking stretch when I pitted. Goose. Actually, I'll have a quick leak. I'll be back.
Dave or one of the persons left?
Yeah, he's still working. Said it's loving it though because like Dennis is useless when Bennett's not around, so there's no command at the moment. So Davo's just chilling. Alright, I gotta concentrate.
On a lighter note, I did a comp lobby the other night, was the only one in the race. I did a 1-hour race solo.
Yeah, and you got no CP for it, didn't you? None. That's why I stopped again, man. You finally get yourself to the point where you can do competitive racing. And I've had a win and a podium. And I got no CP. I was like, what is the point? What is the point? So yeah, it's broken, bro. It's always been broken. And Furby told me that from the start. He was like, it's a great game if they just fix the CP. You'd have all the reason in the world to play it. It seems they can't do it. God, I hope these fucks have to pit soon. But I mean, I'm gonna have... fuck that. Oh well, live and learn. I really thought I was going to do well. Unfortunately. Haha. Such is life. Tell you what though, Muzz, I am in love with this Ferrari. How did no one point me towards this car earlier? Like I was always driving the FRs. You know, I was fiend for the Skyline or a fiend for the Audi. Fell in love with the Aston towards the end, but this Ferrari, mate.
Al's lobbies are always dead, and the American and European servers lag.
Yeah, I had a look last night too, man. Because I was like, just looking for something different to do. And yeah, it was nothing. There was nothing in the Aussies. Like, that's, you know, why I got my own server going, but paying for it, it's just costly, bro. And even that, like, I know you guys offered to do it too, but like...
Ooh, and the Lambos are sweet too.
I was actually the intro thing, the starting thing, that was the best I've ever done in the Lambo, man. Like, I got it down to like a 51 flat in dry, 52 at night, and then like a 54, 55 in the wet. I think the wet was the only one where I didn't finish on top. So yeah, like, I think the game itself too, as soon as I was done, it used to just recommend me like easy, but it recommended me medium, and I still put it on hard because I was like, no, I want to play it hard. Now, when's the mandatory going to come up? Like, what's the minimum that I've got to do? Like, if it's an hour 10, what's the minimum for each driver? 45? Something like that? It says I've still got 20 minutes left in my stint, but that's like overall. I can't remember the pit windows. I remember in, like, when you're doing career and shit, it would tell you how long till the pit window. And no one else has pitted yet. This
after the hour.
This is some horse shit. No one has pitted. No one. So where's last? 26 seconds away, and so I'm a full lap behind everyone. That's rough. We got to put the foot down. But yeah, as soon as I got back on this, man, it just, like, everything I loved about it in the first place was just rushing back to me. Like, the AI, the physics, the fucking braking, the weather. Everything about this game is besides graphics, is superior. Besides the graphics and the matching or whatever, the lack of matching, is, don't care how many people disagree, 1,000 times superior to Gran Turismo. Like, how's this? Meta found out this shit the other night. Did you know in Gran Turismo there are settings exactly like this? Like for Monza as example, there is a setting at Monza, full weather, full night time, but it's inaccessible. It's in the game's code. Like, when Meta said it to me, I'm like, bro, this game developers, like, fuck, you know how much shit is in GTA's code that was never released? Like, Call of Duty, stuff like that, like data miners, but apparently Gran Turismo has, like, full weather settings, full day-night cycles, everything like that, and it's just inaccessible. Like the current Gran Turismo. There are videos of it on YouTube, which is infuriating. I don't want to start hating on GT7 and how much I think the game's going to fail, but hearing that, like, they show off the weather cycles.
Race with mandatory pit. The pit window opens around the 3:01 mark, so I would imagine in a 3-hour race it would be around here.
Alright. But yeah, in the trailer for the new Gran Turismo, you know, big emphasis on the weather and the day-night cycle. It's only in 4 tracks. Like, they've confirmed 4 or 5, I think. But it is the next gen game that's going to be on PS4, mind you. Next gen. And they're advertising weather and day-night cycle like it's this fucking new godsend. It's only been in every other racing game forever. And it's only going to be on 4 or 5 tracks out of, I don't know, 30 that they've already confirmed. That's fucking pathetic. Like, just pathetic. Step your fucking game up. Like, you've got the prettiest graphics in the world, and you can't even put proper...
It's not a game anymore, it's a car sales platform.
Yeah, I agree there, 100%. 100%. And the huge frustrating part for me is that majority of the best cars, like in FIA and the Real World Series, is the Mazda and the fucking Supra, neither of which are a real car. And I just find that pitiful. Pitiful that a game that calls itself the Ultimate Driving Simulator and it has this incredible, like incredibly good detailed World Championship, that the cars that aren't in real life are the current world champion. I think that's fucking dumb. Like, really dumb. Be like playing an F1 game and having the real, like having the current F1 game and having real settings or whatever, but then when you go to a World Series of it, like you're driving next year's next gen cars or whatever, you're like, but these aren't real, they're not out. Like,
iCheck stats: the sale of front-wheel drive cars peaked in Europe in 1-2 months of GT score.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Faster car is approaching the channel.
oh mate.
Car on the left.
Alright, we've been racing nearly an hour,
Clear on the
still
left.
no one has pitted. And I think,
The faster car is approaching.
yeah, I'm trying to play with the fucking dial. Would that be 2 laps down now?
Car on the left.
Yeah, come on guys,
Clear on the left.
I hate a blue flag sometimes. You just, it's just eternally backwards. All because of that fucking Audi, man. I was up to 10th.
Sorry, in the first 1-2 months.
But yeah, I'm not ragging on the game entirely. It's still, like I say this to Meta all the time, it's a very accessible race game. The best thing about Gran Turismo is that you can pick it up and just enter a race and you're good. But the bad thing about it is that 90% of the players who play it are doing exactly that, and they will treat you and your car like someone who's just picking up the game and playing and not giving a fuck. And in real life, you can't do that. And if the physics were even remotely real, they would learn that pretty quickly. It's a very accessible racing game, that's it. That's it. But so I just need the speed. I've even thought about getting back into Need for Speed just for something fun. I was loving Heat. Alright, still no pit window, still no one has pitted. 27 laps.
GT needs to use the Unreal Engine.
They can't do that. They won't do that. Whatever engine that they're running their fucking graphics on, they'll never use the Unreal Engine because of that. Because they're Unreal, like look at Wreckfest as example. Wreckfest uses the Unreal Engine and its graphics aren't the best thing in the world. The physics are incredible. Incredible. Both the way the car reacts on the road, the way the car reacts to bumps, and the way the car reacts to damage. And that uses the Unreal Engine, but you know, at times it just looks a little dodgy. I think this uses the Unreal Engine too, but it doesn't quite have the, you know, car parts get ripped off and shit like that. Man, I think I'm just gonna quit very soon, the way I'm getting past here. Like, I'm so much heavier than these guys. I'm just going laps and laps and laps down. And until that Audi made contact with me,
Yeah, it does.
I was about 20-30 seconds from the leader in 10th place. And also because like they've got to be so close to pitting, because I'm thinking, why are these cunts so much faster than me right now? They have to be on the limit of pitting.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Mate, I'm letting you go. Got a blue flag. Fuck, go.
Clear on the right.
Just tell me the leaders are in the pits, please. No. It's broken, Muzz. Broken. We're about to cross the the hour mark.
Yo, they all lied cause they started full.
So I've already fucked it. I've fucked the whole race strategy, because essentially I'm going to have to pit when they all pit anyways, because I've got to do the drive swap. I fucked it. At this rate, even if I continue on, I'd be lucky to get back to like 15th by the end of the race. Because the driver swap takes as much time as tyres and fuel, if not more.
Yup, you're out of sync, better cut now, man.
That's disappointing, especially an hour into the race. But if you're calling it, then that's it. I might go do something else.
Alright, there's some rain in this session, so watch out for slippery curves and remember to
You
brake
don't
early.
say, mate. You don't say. Yeah, so 62 litres. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. That's so frustrating. I saved it. Like, see? No, not load. I want to load. Load, or was it? I had one. I swear I had one. What do you reckon, Muzz? Do I keep going here or do I turn it into something else? Just because I'm not doing another 3 hours after racing an hour. I could go race another hour and just try to get myself back into a good position by the pit. Maybe. That's probably the better idea. Or I just go fucking cut hot lap somewhere. So, alright, well, we'll come back to that. It can wait.
Do so sprint races.
But I'm trying to, just trying to get back into that proper ACC feel, you know? I never did the game full length. And like, I'm full settings, bro, like weather, difficulty, career. I picked the Porsche, and I'm gonna have to start a new career because I picked the Porsche, and that was a wrong fucking choice because I can't drive the thing. I've never driven it, and I can't drive it. So like, I could jump back in the Lambo. But the career's older as soon as you start, which I'd be pretty good at. Maybe I should just fucking... What do we got in the specials for now? Alright. See, like Spa in the Porsche, I couldn't do it. Like in the dry, I couldn't do
Or
it.
set up 1 hour AI race.
I remember that, I swear the last time I was on, the Expo at Nürburgring was one of the same as Sam4 and the Mercedes. I swear they were up last time. And the Lambo. Lambo Laguna Seca? Give that a crack. It's only 10 minutes. But I swear, like...
They haven't changed.
Oh, there you go. Why have they not changed? Why? They've been like this for fucking 4 or 5 months. They've just given up on it, haven't they?
All my times are still there, lock.
I think I'd have to have you... I don't know if I've got you on my Top Gun profile. I'm pretty sure I do. But yeah, it doesn't have my times because I'm on the other thing. Yes, that's literally it. If I go, what sort of drivers? There's 9 people playing online. Wowee. Alright, so, Porsche, Ferrari, and man, I did not know this legend was in it. I was looking at the Ferraris, I was like, Giancarlo Fisichella, fuck yeah. I wonder if there's any, God, that guy looks old. Are there any other people I know driving for the Ferrari? That's the same one.
Are you a Fez fan?
I am now.
Do a custom race 1 hour, get your feet wet.
I just got wet, mate. What do you mean? My
Jeez,
feet.
that guy looks old, lol.
He does, doesn't he? Like, look at this bloke. Fucking Lorenzo Bontempelli. The Bont, mate. No, where was the other bloke? He looked so old. I think it was this one. This guy. Look at this guy. Gianluca Di Lorenzi. He looks like my fucking old manager. That's hilarious. Nah, Giancarlo, mate. For life. Fuck, he'd be old now, wouldn't he? He looks old. How old would he be? Let's Google. Giancarlo Fisichella. He's 48. Look at him
Shout
there.
out to old looking geezers.
True. You look alright, Luffy. You actually look like you lost a bit of weight, mate. I don't know if it's the beard or whatever, but you're looking slim. Alright, well... What track? Do I stay in Monza? I was killing it at Monza. It's got to be one I like, mate. Not one that you like, do this, do that. It's got to be one I know I can fucking jump straight into. Nürburgring, Spa. Brance would be interesting. I don't think I actually even really did Brance in this. Monza, Spa, Nürburgring, Barca. And yeah, I got that fucking speed demon lap already, Muzz. Literally.
Well, you know we'll farm some stats too.
Yeah, you remember I did that one in the Audi, and it took me 10-20 laps to get that 225 trophy. My second lap in the Ferrari, 223. Done. The interesting try Bathurst in the Ferrari. So what do we got?
Yup, oh damn nice.
Sprint race endurance. So we don't want endurance, we want sprint, so I don't have to fucking get out of the car, yeah?
It's okay there, I've used it at Bathurst.
Keep the time on normal. No, I want quick race, you can't even put quali on. Well, back of the pack so we can do the first to last. So 90-90. What was I at? I was at like 95-88. Single make disabled. Alright, Ferrari, Giancarlo. Is that a Lebanese flag on the front of the car? That's fully sick, bro. Hidden manual, weather, dynamic weather. Don't really want it on for a sprint, do we?
Yes, you heard it, I drove a Ferrari at Bathurst and liked it. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
I drove a Ferrari at Bathurst and liked it. Did. Fuel should... Alright, so if it's going to be an hour-long sprint race, max fuel's going to get you the whole way, ain't it? Like, it's not even going to be worth it. Alright, fuck it. Anything over that's got to be an endurance, so you need a driver slot. Sprint race weekend. What do I do? Oh, custom race weekend. Okay. Ah, fuck it. Quick race time. Done. Single mate disabled. Off. Keep everything else on. Actually, no, I'll put it on because that means they'll have to fill up too, yeah? Because they've got to make it to the end. And the fuel will be enough to make it to the end. So we'll start heavy. I think. I hope.
No, you can have a 1 hour race with 1-0 min pit window, no driver change.
Oh, there's that Chad bloke in the background. 1 hour race, 10-minute pin with no driver change. Yeah, but then what's the point? I mean, if you can fill up, like, they're not going to run a different strategy. We've just seen that before. Like, you know what I mean? They're going to go full, and they're going to run the whole distance, 100%, yeah? Because they just went over an hour at Monza, and they still hadn't pitted. And that's with all the driver's stops and everything on. So I'm assuming there'd be no point having... Like, it'd be cool to actually have to pit. But, there'd be no point in me running a strategy because the AI ain't going to run a strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. Alright. I'll start in a minute. Oh, fuck off, everything keeps falling over.
You can allow refueling, which I get them to run alternative strategies. May,
yeah. Yeah, well, we'll just do this. The difficulty's really up. Like, if I clearly can't catch up with them from the start, then either it's the difficulty or the fuel, but we'll just go with it. We'll just go with it.
Going double file.
Oh well. At least the
Low tire pressure, stay away from
stats are going up. Let him go. Get some fucking... Whoa! No one's seen that.
what's your AI said to?
No one's seen that. 95. Hey, look at that!
Stay double file.
I still love that glitch. Your tyres start blue. If you restart, they go green. So now I only got to warm up the brakes. Maybe I should do that every time. Alright, brakes. Brakes. Brakes, 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 brakes. Come on. Listen to him scream. Oh, that skyline's
Green light, show them where you go.
alright. We're just going to chill with him for a bit. We're not going to stress. Oh god, oh god.
That's high they gonna fly.
Yeah, it's high. That's what I had it on at Monza, bro. And I nearly qualified with 2 sessions. I qualified on pole and then I fucked up my 3rd session. Ended up 15th. I think I was up to like 90, 80 last time. I kept the aggression down because of how many times they caused accidents with me. Oh, that's
Damage on the front of the car.
fucking horrible. Fuck. Alright. Lap 1. Gotta let everyone spread out. We're not gonna make fucking 10 positions in the start. Gotta remember that. Oh, there's a Costa leading. If I catch up to that Costa, remind me to kill him. That's my old boss. We gotta take out all the Costas. I told in one of Loopy's feeds I seen a Costa. I was like, ram that guy. I hate him. Johnny fucking Costa. You're a cocksucker, mate. Piece of shit, boss.
Green light, go, go, go.
LOL.
He's driving the wrong car though. Lexus, he's more of a Merc driver because he's a fancy fuck.
Car on the left.
Clear on the left. How handy. It's like when I'm watching you guys do iRacing and I hear the spotter. I'm like, oh, if only Gran Turismo could learn. Look at them now, just this AI. They're savage. Oh man, someone's gonna hit a wall. Like that Merc just did. Alright.
Yellow flag, yellow
Oh,
flag.
yellow already! He's got to...
Slow car ahead.
Oh shit! Oh, that was too much! That was too much. That's bullshit. He resets and he still ends up in front of me. Oh, come on. We gotta save that. That was not fair. What am I meant to do in that situation? Oh, that was great though. I'll take the yellow that early. But I'll save that. I never got to make my sick crash compilation video for this game. man. I was being nice. Like, fucking BMW drivers. Hashtag just bend things.
Emoji rolling on the floor laughing. Emoji rolling
Mate,
on the
I
floor
miss it.
laughing.
Like,
I was about to type beware the sideways car on the mountain. Emoji rolling on the floor laughing.
Some of the crashes I have fucking seen in this game, like you've seen cars aquaplane in front of me. Alright. We're probably not going to do much passing until we're up and over the mountain, I think.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left.
Look at the skyline! Oh, the Ferrari's in the wall! Or is it a McLaren?
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Yeah, it's a McLaren. Alright, we're getting a yellow again? Look at this AI, bro. They're bouncing off walls and all. This is, like, if there's anything the GT7 does, like, I don't think it's even going to care about the campaign. They're making it seem like they are, but I don't think they're gonna. But if there's anything that they could do and add to the game, I would love it to just be better AI. Oh, God.
2 laps, then attack let M space out and crash LOL.
I haven't even ran a hot lap at this place, bro. I don't know how to go over the mountain. Stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. Yeah, no good from Dave, but can't do anything. Such is life at the moment.
Green light. Give it all you got. Clear on the left.
Oh. I got 100% damage on, so I hope these cunts are getting damage for bouncing off the walls the way they are. Alright. We've survived going over the mountain. Can we survive the chase?
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
I was just trying to get the 280.
Car on the left.
And I got it.
Left.
And I nearly died. We have to save that. Come on, Giancarlo. Let's go, mate. Mi scusi? I'm in the red Ferrari. I come to Australia to race the car. Alright, they're already going, so they are going. I think this AI might be a little too much. Man, I was pretty sure too, that 280 trophy, I couldn't get that till I went to Paul Ricard. Yeah, well, we'll see, but I feel like this AI might be too much for up and over the mountain. It's just too skittish. Like, if they're going to be perfect, it's going to be hard to catch them. Monza's easier because of the fucking high speed. God, the force feedback, I've missed you. Like, I've been playing Gran Turismo 7, 10, 10. So coming here and doing this, I'm like, this is force feedback, mate. This is fucking real.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag. Yellow flag. Oh, someone's hit skids. Oh, there's a bingo. There's three of them. That's amazing. Come on, boys. Why are we going so slow? Oh, because we're in a yellow zone. Come on. Oh, God. This is intense. What do I do? What do I do? Fuck off, Merc. Leave me alone.
Car on the right. Clear on
That
the
was
right.
nice. This is intense as fuck. Yes, there's people already pitting. Yes. All right, this is the AI I need. This is mad.
Nice.
All right, let's go. Let's fucking go. Be like Chopper. Come on. Oh yeah. The way they dart it out, man, like they're just, it's like playing a daily on Gran Turismo, like they're trying to psych you out. Looking down the inside, trying to force you into a mistake. Fucking trophies popping up like no tomorrow, mate. Oh, another yellow! This is sick! Where is it though? The yellow still out? No. Yep, still out. Fuck, what happened? Is this car still piled up at the bottom of the straight? Oh my god. God, I miss this.
Okay, so that's all the ops in the pits. Now start to push a little.
Thanks Chief. Thanks Harry. You just sitting in the pits eating ice cream? We'll know on lap time, I guess, if he tells me
Strawberry.
Strawberry, of course. If he tells me I've ran the fastest lap. Then I'll really know what I'm up against, won't I? Overall, no. Leave that on. Alright. Mate, these Audis, this is what he was doing to me. That fucking Monza. Oh!
Got some light damage on the front of the car.
It was scaring the shit out of me. It's light damage, mate. You're good. You're good. We can deal with light. Oh, that's incredible. It's under the wheel. It wants to kill me. Oh, left that late. Into the cut. Oh. How bad's the damage? Ah, barely ever see it. There's going to be an off between these two. These MRs. Go, 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 go.
Gaining on the car ahead is up to 3. But I'm
Force him out, force him out, force him out, force him out, force him out.
Car on the right.
That's how you do it.
Clear on the right.
But you're not meant to spin. Watch me die. I go round and round. Fuck, I had him. I just got on the throttle too early. Alright, we're just gonna run laps. Bro, 20th is still in the pits. He broke.
Oh bugger.
Oh well. It was too aggressive. It was too aggressive. I should have waited, but I remember it's center-esque. You put yourself in front of them. Well, sorry, not in front of them, but beside them on the inside of the turn, and they'll back out because they've got no choice, but like they don't want to make contact. What's with the white flag? Isn't that like lead? Why are they waving the white flag at me? What have I done? This is incredible.
Relax, don't push too hard trying to catch up.
I'm just trying to push hard, like to get into it, you know? I can feel the damage every time I get onto the straight. Lean it to the left. Wheels a little crooked. And I've also got to remember that I've got to treat second in this car like third for nearly every other car. I noticed at Monza it has a very, very capable and powerful second gear. Alright, let's just get a hot lap. Race conditions, let's get a hot lap. So it looks like everyone from 17th down, so there's 3 or 4 people that are a lap down already. There's iRacing all over, mate. And I've got to remember the gearing for this car. Well, I've got to learn the gearing for this car on this track because I'm approaching some of these turns like I would
Yellow flag in sector 1.
in a different car. Alright, that's behind me. Don't fucking lose it.
probably the 3 car you passed on lap 1.
There's someone else in the pits. Damage. So usually any other car would be third through there, but this can definitely do second. There's quite a few cars in the pits, unless it's like still one of the leaders or one of the first lap accidents. There's 2 cars in the pits, but I don't think they're lead lap. We'll see. No, not lead lap. Alright, so they got bad damage. Bad damage. They're fucking 3 laps down. And I think I'm catching the guys in front.
Slow car ahead.
Someone's hurt. Man,
The Aston is 2 MD gear at the chase.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, definitely felt better second. What about here? Keeping it third, ease around. Yep. Alright, so this AI is brutal. Like, whoa, yeah, he's got major damage.
Car on the right.
Major damage. Do you see that front end? And it looks like the Skyline has too. This is great. This is so fun. Makes you feel alive, man. Like, you know, a sick lap of Gran Turismo on this track can like feel really good, but it's more the walls that you're avoiding, just the walls. This is like the whole track, the bumps, everything.
Oh, how's it going, Captain?
Oh, I'm trying, mate. It's been an incredibly hectic, brutal start to this race. There was a 3 or 4 car pile-up at the elbow, I think it was, before the chase. I could swear that Skyline was damaged. Why is he staying out? But yeah, I'm just trying to get back into it, bro. I'm probably going to jump on Gran Turismo a little later. Just trying to get back into it, bro. Just watch a few laps of this shit, and it's like, this is fucking chaos. There's been so many accidents between the AI. One of the restarts I had to do. Oh, another yellow. There was a, just up here around this turn, there was a fucking crash, and as I was coming around here, I seen the yellow, and then as I come up through here, there was a car sideways, and there was like 8 cars stuck behind it, and I pulled up, but I couldn't get past the car that was turned around. He was just stuck there in front of me. But yeah, just listen to the wheel, look at the fucking little image of me and see how much I'm working this thing. This is fucking fantastic. Maybe I should have just played the game on the hardest difficulty from the start. I'm up to 12th, but admittedly I don't think I'm really past.
I will have to have another run of Axe. I am 4 hours into a 1-2-hour race with Ride at 90092. So hard to get right every lap.
Yeah, it is, man. I was just doing Monza 3 hours in the rain, but I fucked I fucked the start of it because I didn't even have the right strategy and had to pit way before everyone else, and then I was like, why is no one pitting? And yeah, Muzz just said pull the pin, so I restarted it. I'll do it later, knowing that I have to put fucking fuel load in before I start. Wish I had a split to the leader. Where's the leader? Why can't I swear you used to be able to get a split to that?
Yeah, the pit setup during the race had me rooted for a while. I didn't have my buttons set up properly.
Oh no, I didn't program the pit. Like the buttons is a thing too, because I had to do it in the middle of the race, and then it cost me because I was fucking about with my dial and had a crash. But no, I just didn't do my full fuel load at the start, and I didn't do my designated pit stops. So I remember when I was doing career, I got right into that, and it made it so much easier. Like I'd program like 3 pit stops whether I needed them or not. I just make sure that if I had to go in, I had a program already set up.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Oh man, this thing's a beast. Like just how much I was falling in love with the Ferrari at Spa this week, even though I'm quicker in the Lambo. I was honestly contemplating jumping in Ferrari for Manu. I just want to play the game.
How good is it when the Audi move around to block you? Imagine having
Oh
to.
mate, the Audi was killing me before, bro. The Audi took me out in Monza. I got past him, and then he just kept putting his nose up the inside of me, and eventually he made contact at turn 1 and killed me. Yeah, the AI, it's like I was joking before when I was following an Audi and a McLaren, and the Audi kept putting his, like every time he got up, the Audi kept looking, and it was like a daily race, or like Gran Turismo full stop, and he was just trying to psych out the guy in front of him, and it worked too, because the McLaren got some severe damage later on. Something happened between them, but I come past the McLaren so fast, and he had the biggest fucking smashed up back end. That was luck. How did that not damage the car? That was worse than the first hit. Is that clouds coming in? That looks like clouds coming in. Oh, there's a bushfire somewhere. It actually looks like a bushfire in the background. And we're done. Yep, we're done. Look at the wheel. Look at my blue line. Look at the camera. Look at my blue line. In the middle of my wheel. That's the middle of my wheel, and I'm going straight. Yeah, nah, it's done.
Looks like your car is toast.
It's not toast, but she's
Oh no, sorry.
bent out of shape. It's definitely bent. I've seen it worse, mate.
Ouch.
My wheel has been like full inverted before. I can deal with this. I can work with it. Kinda. Look at the blue line. It's meant to be here. It's not. Yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked.
This game is so much harder than GT Sport.
Oh yeah.
Jester
mate.
likes his toast well done.
That's it, mate. Gotta cook the toast a bit more, you know? It's not even crunchy yet. Burnt toast. Get the jam out. That's all we're spreading on our toast tonight. I can drive this. This is fine. I've mostly got to turn left. This is fine.
Watch your tire temps, this won't help you there.
Ah, we're just gonna keep going till
Jam.
we're gonna keep going till we die, mate. We've committed. Actually, unless if I pit now, I mean I'm not gonna come last. We've put the other cars so many laps behind. Oh, a minute 8.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Alright, we got pit. And just hope there's carnage up ahead. We've got to do this. I'm sick of quitting races. Sick of restart.
Cap Hill no honey for the money.
But yeah, she's cooked. She's cooked. And look, guys, you actually have to fucking slow down to enter the pits. Cannot go over that speed limit, or it's an instant penalty. And I like it. Oh, look how many cars are in the pits. Well, I'm not going to come last. This is totally like iRacing now, isn't it? Yeah, Capilano honey is fucking the best thing in the world, Loopy. My dad grew up like giving me that shit, and no other honey compares. We good? Don't tell me. Oh, thank fuck. Alright, I'll be back in a sec.
I've picked up many tubs of honey on my road adventures.
I love honey. It's the best. Alright, well, what have we lost?
Fresh
4
from
positions.
the grower is best.
Yeah, 100%. Actually, my mum used to get that stuff too, like in the massive tub, yeah? That stuff was really good.
Come on, let's go.
But it could, go really, what is it, like you had to keep it at a certain temperature or something? Like it'd get that, like, real hard shit on top? Oh no, is that a leader? Oh yeah, I'm a lap
Hey
down.
boys, sorry I'm a rude ass LOL.
Faster car coming up behind. Watch out.
Unprocessed honey.
Yeah, it's good shit. Alright, we gotta try and keep this blue flag off my ass. So we're gonna go harder than we were going before. I mean, will they wave the blue at me for so long? Do I get, because I've got penalties on, will I be told to fucking move aside in a certain time or what? Tell me, Muzz, quick. What do I do? Because if I just start letting them aside, they're all gonna go, you know? Oh, actually no, I will let this guy go because there's 20 seconds to the next dude. And
Pressure is on the right front.
someone get the picnic out, the tent, because fuck.
And that was the leader.
Well, he's fucked now, isn't he? Oh, this is too much. This is actually killing
If
me.
you warm crystallized honey too much, you lose the health benefits of honey.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
your
hun.
earliest convenience, when it's safe to do so, lol.
What do you mean, mate? When it's safe to do what? Oh, pull the 10 out. Mate, what is going on with this laptop? She don't want to work right now. At all. Oh,
Blue
okay. Yeah.
flag.
Okay. Alright. Well, we're learning. We're learning. Oh, I think I might jump off in a minute. But, Muzz, I need to speak to you, like, in personal message. Man about a dog stuff, if possible. If not, all good, but yeah. Alright, so they haven't changed, they're all the same. Fuck it,
Okay, dude.
we want a lap. We want a lap, alright? We want a good lap.
What's a score, lol?
That would be the correct terminology. I assume it's loopy. That would be the correct terminology. It's been a rough few weeks in Melbourne, mate. Like I don't know. You're New South Wales, aren't you, Loops?
I figured lol. Did you change your wheel ratio to Fezza?
What do you mean? For the Ferrari, I've got it at 720 because I don't like it being too touchy. I don't know, like, I remember Meta bringing it up in Gran Turismo, and I actually did not know this about Gran Turismo, and it's a massive advantage that a lot of the other wheels have over the Logitech, is that each individual car has like a wheel limit lock thing. So like some cars
I'm
will be
only
like,
allowed to travel 5 kms.
yeah, no, oh, so you're New South Wales, yeah, Luke. Like, I'm just saying, like, we're in the same boat, obviously down here.
Everything is 5 minutes walk.
Everything has been like that for a long time. And
Yes.
yeah, I used to be like that too, mate. Like, even work was like, Muzz knows the area well. I'm on a main road, and my work was 2-minute drive, 15-minute walk. So even that was fine. You know, it was within the vicinity, even though I had to
Coach
still have the
Dave says
fucking
480.
letter. What, 480 wheel lock for the Ferrari? Really? That's not much handling, is it? I'd have to overdrive it, wouldn't I? Because, like, yeah, does it change for all the cars in this the way it does in Gran Turismo? Because, like, I know you can't access it in Gran
That's
Turismo.
what his web page says.
But if
How
you've got
much cake do you like? Coach Dave is not normal.
just a couple, Muzz, 50, whatever, or up to a queen, if you know they're reasonable priced.
Yeah, it changes all cars.
But yeah, nothing special, mate. It's just been like, if you couldn't tell because of my temperament lately, that's been one of the issues. Also, just looking for new work. I was trying to ease up, but it's just like, my dude literally is in, like, who was a manager that I worked with. The whole time I've worked there 5 years, and this COVID shit's been going on 1.5 years, and the whole time no one got it, nothing happened, and I left a month ago, and there's now 5 people in isolation from there, and it's because of him. Because not his fault exactly, he was literally only going home to work, but he's a little bit younger, more deadbeat brother recently moved in with him, and he did it. He was all over the shop, going here, there and everywhere, and got it and spread it, and he had it. He was sick. The manager still kept going to work, and then the brother got tested. Brother has it, and so now the manager's isolating, but he'd already like he's clearly got it. He lives with him. He's got it too, but as a result, like 3 or 4 other dudes at work, same thing. And my cousin, who's my second go-to,
Shout out to the 19.
is still working, but he's in the same boat basically. Can't do much about it. Yeah, it's just been a, like, honestly bro, it's the least of our problems here. Like, you know, you would know that too, Muzz. Like, even Auto was telling me how you'd backed off of work, and that was the first thing I did, just because mentally this shit was just too much, you know, for quite a while. A life of just homework, and a workplace that showed no care factor to doing anything about it. You know, so like it's been a struggle, a real fucking struggle, like just to try and keep going. Like, all I've had is gaming, you know, and home life, and like even my missus, like, she's just been stuck at home for way longer than I was, so like for her it's been hard. And that's why I've probably been negative on the game too, not just, you know, general soberness, but you play the game to get away from the shit, like to put your head out of how fucked it is for us down here. So yeah, like when you're getting on the game and there's nothing but negativity coming from the game, it's like a dog.
I just got sick of all the complaining by people.
Yeah, I get that too. And I'm over that too, bro. Like, I'm really over it. I haven't complained about it at all, about what we can or can't do, because like I was working the whole way through, you know, like essential the whole way through. So like, as long as I had that, it was fine. But I started to realise I was completely ignoring my mental health, like, you know, of making appointments and then not going to them. And
it has been a shit time for everyone. Nothing good has come from the whole COVID time.
No, I know, mate. I know. And even now, like, I've been very much, I'm not saying I'm against Dan. I've been very much for Dan, at least in terms of the lockdowns and doing what's right. But with what's happening in Melbourne right now, Victoria, I think, like, it's so frustrating seeing the rest of the world open up. America, England, concerts, festivals, wrestling, everything's going on around the rest of the world, and it's like, all right, we're in lockdown and have been longer than any other part of the world, so why the fuck do we have 2,000 cases a day? And all that started since the protesting a few weeks back, and if those fuckheads think that it's not because of them, they're fuckheads. But in saying that, nothing's working. Like, nothing is working, you know, which it's like, I know someone now too, and this is a really, really, really worrying thing. I know someone now who is double vaxxed and still got it. Like, literally, they got it last week, and they've been double vaxxed for about 2 months, and they got it through their kid and school. And I'm just like, what I don't know, man. It's like, to try and wrap my head around that is like really sad, depressing. But yeah, I know this is why, like, I've had to pull myself back to, like, when I've got upset or angry at people and flipped out, and then I've thought about it later, and I've not retreaded on what I've said, but I have apologised and said it's my issue right now, you know, and I'm sorry for lashing out. You know, I said something to you in your feed the other day, Loopy, you know, about, you said you, like, flipped out at a guy, and like, that's been me on Gran Turismo. Like, I've been joking that I'm becoming Dan, and I don't want to become Dan unless I can have his talent. Maybe if I got some of his talent, I've got no problem calling everyone a cocksucker. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I've not been me. And it's not like I've been pretty sober for like a month now. It's not that. Because, like, mentally, you start to think...
The back won't stop it, but will likely stop you ending up on life support.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. That's true. I'm due on Saturday anyways, mate. Like, I haven't been avoiding it. I just didn't have access to it because of the Pfizer thing. Because of the age group. Didn't have access to it, and also, like, locally, there wasn't any walk-ins that were doing it. But I literally got a message from, like, my doctors, because I've got, like, a local doctor down at the Hoppers little shopping centre there, and I think it's just a thing that they were literally sending out, like, so for AstraZeneca, for Pfizer, whatever, once they had them, they were just sending, like, not demanding it, but they were basically saying to their clients, you know, we have it, this is your age group, come in and get it.
Yeah, being vaxxed doesn't stop you from getting this flu. I am not against vacation, but this whole situation just isn't making sense to me. Who knows what I have just jabbed into me? Emoji man shrugging.
Yeah.
Best place for walk INS is Sunshine Hospital.
Yeah, but Muzz, the distance thing, bro. Like, that's Sunshine's 15k. I don't know, in a straight line it's not, but like driving there's 15k at least. It's a 20-minute drive down the freeway. So not possible. And I don't drive. That's the bigger issue. Like Loopy said, you know, 5-minute walk down the shop. That's been my life forever. I've never driven. It's not that I have lost my license or anything like that. I'm not like the people I grew up with. I was just not in, as a teenager, I was never in a situation.
For vaccine, it's okay, medical reasons.
Yeah, well, still. But still, like, my local's doing it now. I'm getting my first one Saturday. My missus got her first one about 2 weeks ago now. A day or two just feeling a bit lethargic. Like, and I'm for it, and I'm for science and vaccinations. I've had all my vaccinations. I get the flu shot every year. I've generally had a good bill of health my whole life because I think, you know, I was raised vaccinated. I'm definitely not an anti-vaxxer. I understand the fear of, like, putting something into your body that you don't know what it is, but, like, pingers, man. There's a joke, you know? Pingers. Loopy said something about it the other day. Like, I had to think, like, I was like, man, the amount of fucking substances I've put into my mouth when I was a young adult, having no idea what they did to me, just hoping that they fucked me up. And the amount of people I know that
vomited so bad from it, felt rooted for 4 days.
That's not good. But yeah, the amount of people I know that lived life like that, they were hardcore, you know, drink till the cows come home, and, you know, still now mid-30s, and they do pingers on weekend, and who knows what else. They've got no problem with that, but they've got a problem with an untested vaccination. Like, I mean, all vaxxers were untested at a time, man. That's why we don't have fucking Spanish flu and shit anymore, you know? Like, fucking... Yeah, I'm for it, but at the moment, I don't want to, like, even... I've been very, not proactive, I've been, like, anti-proactive of saying anything on social media about COVID, because it's... Social media in general forces you to sit on one side of the fence. COVID has done it more than ever, you know, like, even my own family members. I've got, like, my dad's all for it, and I've got a sister who's so against it. And it's funny because, like, my dad raised us right, and he's on the outskirts of Melbourne, but his work is in Melbourne, and he had to do it. He got it as soon as he could. And then my sister has lived out in the country, out past Bendigo now, for nearly 20 years, and the longer she's been...
If you look at the right sources, the vaccine is a variant of the SARS vaccine they've been working on for 5 years.
I know that too, mate. So the amount of people that are like, oh, yeah, I know, mate. I know what it is and where it comes from. It's just a flu variation. But the amount of people that are watching YouTube videos and they're like, fuck off. Like, sadly, my sister's one of them. And it's caused us to debate a lot on Facebook. You know, and then I've had to message her personally and be like, look, I'm not trying to tell you you're wrong or you're right or whatever, but I'm worried. You know, I'm worried that you think so negative of this. And then she's like, oh, I'm worried that you don't think anything of it at all. I'm like, you're watching fucking YouTube for your information. I'm reading it in fucking science journals. Like, and then even that, you know, you get into a debate back and forth, like it's, you're for or you're against. And which is with everything that Victoria's going through right now, these last 2 weeks, and our numbers and everything, and the fact that we're, you know, yesterday we did more vaccinations than the rest of fucking Australia combined. I don't know what's going on, man. It's not working. I think no matter what, we have to learn to live with it. And I know, like, I think it's been that long that there's been that many businesses go out of I know, sadly, I know some people who've taken their own lives, like recently. You know, and it was because of that. Like, they lost work last year, and then it just, 2 people that I grew up with and knew really well, and they're dead now. And it's because they lost everything. You know, it's not because they got it. I know people who've had it. I know people who've died from it. Well, sorry, I don't personally know anyone who's died from it, but I know people who've had grandparents that have died from it. But I don't know even that, like with the numbers and what's going on there.
I think that the whole system was badly handled by the government and worded, which has scared a lot of the population, and I am one of them. Problem with social media: the foil hat guy on the street corner has a platform to reach millions.
Yes, and that's what I've when I have posted about it, that's what I've said. Like, YouTube, social media in general is like, even some of the things I've seen my my auntie and uncle share is like, you know, before COVID they'd share like One Nation shit, so you're like, all right, yeah, I'm going to listen to what you say. But it's very much like just backwards thinking, you know, thinking they know better than everyone else. And it's like, well, you've got a healthy bill of health because you grew up with these vaccinations. So I don't know, I completely agree with you there, mate, is that the platform, even me, like, this 150 subs, absolutely nothing, but I have a platform to, like, you know, just in terms of the racing, to talk about what I think's right and wrong. And it clearly, you know, I've got people that follow me for it, that love me for my honesty, and then I've got people that are only here to hate on me for that stuff. So, like, I have a platform with 150 subs, so imagine what someone with millions of them has, you know, like, yeah, it's just, it's really, really, really not good. And I've tried to be so incredibly strong, like, say, up until like 2 months ago, even a little bit less, because, you know, I went casual and you knew how bad I was struggling with. It wasn't the physical work, it wasn't anything like that, it was the way things were being run, you know, the management, everything about that. Like, you were talking to me when I was right at my peak of, like, I'm going insane here. So I went casual for a few months, you know, and then I just couldn't. Nothing was changing, you know. I thought going casual would, like, get me in the mindset of, oh, this is not my problem now, you know. I do 4 days a week, I go home every day. But it was still killing me, to the point where I blew up, and then I blew up, and now here we are 4 or 5 weeks later, and I have nothing but regret for, like, quitting, like, bitching out. Like, I genuinely feel like like, money, financially, it's really hard, but it's just like, you quit, like, it's the first job I've ever quit, which felt so empowering at the time, like writing your resignation effective immediately, you know, fuck off, like throwing away 2 weeks of annual to go effective immediately. Fuck you, deal with that shit, cunts. You know, and I thought I was doing it for me, but, like, you know, a month down the track financially, I'm like, I hate life. So it's harder to not pay attention to all that shit now. That's all social media is. Like, I literally could open up my Facebook right now and I guarantee you within, say, scrolling past 10 people, there'll be a COVID related, you know, status. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so there we are. For those who are receiving COVID disaster payments, so like literally just repeating what's in the newspaper, all the numbers, all that shit. Like, it's just like, I've yelled at people on Facebook being like, can we just fucking stop with the numbers every day? Like, you turn on the news, you read the paper, we get it, mate, we get it. We don't need it every day. But it's just what it is, you know? It's just what it fucking is. Anyways, we'll call it quit there, because I don't want to be too downer. Yeah, the driving thing, Muzz. I don't drive, so I mean, I'd give you extra. If it was a possibility that anything could be dropped off, and if that can't be, then that's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. You know, I'd even get an Uber if I had to, but then I'm paying like 3 times as much for whatever you get.
Melbourne tuning in for the real talk.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess so. Like, honestly, I've had more people watching while I was talking
chin
shit.
up, mate. Keep positive and it will turn around for you, bud. Emoji thumbs up.
No, I believe that. I do believe that. You know, even just making, like, because my job for the last 5 years was the most technically advanced, skilled job that I'd ever had in my life. You know, it has a job description that's not just fucking sorter or something like that, you know, truss manufacturer, truss fabricator, whatever. You know, you go on Seek and it's an actual profession. So to rejig my resume with all that stuff on that,
solid for the bloke, Muzz.
Just doing that was really, really good. No pressure, honestly, no pressure. Muzz has got a family and
I'll see what I can do and shoot a PSN message. We'll sort out details then.
Yeah, alright. But yeah, no, I don't want no pressure on you. Like, even the other day, talking to Auto, you know, and he was like, oh, Muzz is upset. And I'm like, Muzz will get over it. Muzz has got a family and he's got more things to worry about. But I know, you know, I know what you're like, mate. Like, you've spoken to me about it. It's like we're kindred spirits because we're both blokey blokes, but kind of smarter than your average bear and realist at heart. And I remember, you know, a lot of the conversations we've had, and you've, for someone who's a few years older than me, I've been very supportive and open about you being open about mental health and the like. I absolutely and wholeheartedly endorse that in people, but in men, you know, it needs to be something that we more honest about. And like, growing up with my dad, it was not something that was ever a thing. And then even all my job stuff, you know, like my dad was like so supportive of that, so supportive. Like, he was the one who made me realize, like, that if you've had enough, you've had enough. You know, that you're not a weak person for quitting a job when you're miserable there. You know, like, you're not at all. Like, you're good at your job, you take pride in your job, and there's no care factor from the management or anything in it like that, then it's the right thing to do. He had to, like, beat that into my head. And if it wasn't for him, you know, supporting me in that aspect, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it, because I would have just felt like I'd failed my partner. But yeah, you know what I'm like, mate. Like, I'm honest. I don't care. Like, I'd rather talk honestly and openly like this, just have this conversation, and I'm not knocking Dan at all. I'm not knocking Metal Gear. This is as an example. A lot of people think he's got mental problems. the way, and I'm not saying problems, but you know, I have an anger anxiety disorder, a diagnosed anger anxiety disorder that I'm meant to be medicated for. I'm angry because I'm anxiety filled, and I get anxiety because I get angry. It's like a vicious cycle thing. Seeing some of the stuff he says and reacts to,
Keep
other
it real,
people,
mate.
like
Be good.
you see,
catch you all later. Emoji victory sign.
all right, joking. You see people all over the place. You know, they're like, he's got issues, and it's like it's really not fair to label people like that, and to just assume, you know, someone has issues or whatever. Like, regardless of how they may appear on a stream or something like that, like to just label someone as crazy or psycho or whatever. But if there's issues clearly there, then there's issues clearly there. I'm only using an example because he gets his back up and just goes, fuck you all, fuck everyone, and like he can shut down a stream like that, which I can too. I get that. You get poked and you get prodded, like, and this is why I hate people that thrive off of antagonizing not only him but everyone. I hate it. I just hate people that do it. I know what it feels like to have people just show up and only goad you into flipping out and bringing your shit down. But in saying that, just reacting negatively and being like, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, like, as I said, I'll do that for a little bit, and then I'll think, fuck you, idiot, you know, like, you idiot, like, take your words back. Not take your words back so much, but try and at least explain where you're coming from or where you're at. I would rather be open and honest and wear my heart on my sleeve to you guys. Like, not that it should matter, like, because I've always had this opinion too. Like, I never had a very close, tight-knit of friends, family, or anything like that. Like, I would say anything because it was honest, and just be like, well, you can't hate me for it because it's my honest opinion, and that's better than the...
It's labeled too easily thrown around.
Yeah, it is. It is. Egotistical, shit like that. But yeah, psycho is the word, and I think it's... I mean, I know what psychotic is. Like, I've seen it, been raised by it. It's a harsh word. Like, mental illness is just a harsh thing to talk about, to label on anyone, shit like that. So I would rather, like, I also don't see mental illness as like a reason not to associate with someone. And mine was only, you know, even diagnosed in the last year or two. And I'm only learning learning that I have it and how to work with it. So I'm just basically saying, like, I would rather be so honest with you guys so you just know where I'm coming from, or at least if I have my rants or have my bad negative moments, you just can at least go, you know, maybe he's having a rough time, and it's not an excuse either. It's not condoning it, it's not supporting it, it's just the honest to God truth. Like, the more open you are about these things, then I think the more open other people will be about them. So that's just me. Take it as it is. Yeah, probably going into that one too much, but it is what it is, and I've got no problems talking about it. I was meant to be a fucking youth worker and an advocate in a previous life, before I was basically forced into a situation where I had to get full-time work. I was actually doing a diploma for youth work, and was going, like, I did my Cert 3 and 4 at the age of 2021, full 2-year Cert 3-4 community services, and then was 6 months into a diploma at Melbourne Uni at the age of 23, to become an advocate for disadvantaged youths. I wasn't going to be a youth worker because I didn't actually think I would have been a great youth worker. I would have been too blunt to using my own experiences, like, and you're really not meant to do that in that type of work. But I know that I would have been someone who was able to speak from the heart to explain, you know, how these kids get in this situation.
Good at it, I think.
Yeah, I think I would have been too, but I was just forced into a situation where, you know, it's just a breakup and shit, you know, basically having to pay for rent and bills and everything on your own. I couldn't just do casual work and study anymore, so, you know, I started doing a lot more work. The study started dropping off, and then eventually I got the chance to, like, after even just a month of casual work, I got offered the full-time, but essentially they were like, you know, but you've got to choose one thing or the other, and I chose the money. And as I think about it now, further down the line, I don't think it would have been the career path for me. I think I would have burnt out, but it taught me a lot. You know, like, it's turned me into who I am now, this outspoken, moralistic, opinionated person, because I've seen every walk of life be disadvantaged and abused and you know, taken advantage of, basically, and being that kid on my own. So yeah, that's the more you know about me and my current headspace. But getting back to this shit, like, it's why I react negatively. Like, if people are just here to, like, and it's like Dan, like, I tried saying to him the other day, don't react to it, and he's like, I don't like, and then he reacted, and I was like I didn't say it, but I was like, you're doing it right now. Like, don't react, mate. Don't. They win. They're laughing their ass off right now. They win. You know, like, even when I react to a dislike, they win. So it's like, what do? You either don't acknowledge it at all, or if you acknowledge it, which I do, I try to force my go get a fucking life opinion. You know, that people need to grow the fuck up and move on from their grudges or their disdain for people. Like, if you don't like someone, just straight up don't partake in their life, don't participate in their content, don't have anything to do with them. But I've been just as guilty as the negative perceptions, reactions, and I genuinely think that I'm starting to create a very negative image myself, and I'm really worried about it. Like, here, just on the YouTube and Gran Turismo side of it, like, that I'm pushing away, like, the group that I've made or got around me because of my bad mental state. So I you know, realise when I've fucked up, take the step back and go, I'm sorry, man, like, just, it's my own issue, not yours, and sorry if you've taken any harm to it, which is what it is. But yeah, it's not just the dope thing, it's not just COVID, it's life. Like, it has not been an easy 2 years, and it doesn't seem to be fucking changing, which is what's getting even harder. But we move on, huh? Anyways, enough story time with Russ. Look at this beautiful Ferrari that's been playing this whole time. I'm sure I've given so many people all the ammo in the world to further hate me or further endear with me over my last 20 minutes of talking. So if you're for or you're against, good for you. I don't really care. I do, but I've got to try and not react to it anymore. Even you, Loops, like, honestly, man, I've spoken about you so much now, like, how much I appreciate you, like, your content. I just didn't know how to take you.
Thanks for the honesty, mate. All this needs to be discussed more.
Yeah, it does. It really does. But yeah, with you, Loopy, like, I've spoken, so, like, in private parties and in a stream, like, you're streaming, doing your own thing, but I've spoken about how, like, since you transferred to iRacing, like, I can watch your content and
it builds character, dude.
And just,
think of what you can,
like,
tell your grandkids, lol.
Appreciate you for what you are and what you do with your followers and your viewers, whereas, you know, it was on Gran Turismo and you've got your way of racing and I got my way of racing. It just wasn't working, and, like, you know, I would only show up to have a shot and felt that you were doing the same with me, but I realised it was just banter, like, you know, on your end anyways, it was just banter, and I had to stop being a bitch and reacting to it so badly. Once I got over that, you know, started watching a lot more of you on iRacing, and I was like, he's pretty funny, he's good character, and you know, the improvement in the actual driving has been fucking incredible. But I have genuinely, you could ask Gav, you could ask Meta, I have brought you up so many times and just been like, fuck, he makes me laugh, fuck, he's good content, you know, and I don't say that about many people. But I mean that too, like, it's learning from your own clashes, and opinions of people and shit like that. So I've just got to practice what I preach, get better at it, not react to the negative, try and move on, and like play the games for the right reasons, not jump on other people for however I perceive them as being or doing or whatever, and just try and keep those community bonds going in the game, which I promise I will try to work on. But again, I'm being honest about it. I'm not just telling people to go fuck themselves. I'm not saying but you're wrong, or just blocking people. That's definitely not my style. I don't block. I'm not a blocker. I put the live chat up all the fucking time because I'm giving all the people that come here to dislike, I literally want them to come here and type in words what their fucking problem is with me. Like, have it out, like duke it out with words. Like, they can type it, and typing words is always going to make you seem smarter and more reserved because you've got time to think about it. You're literally listening to the person talk, and you can type out, sound really smart. So I've given them every opportunity to come in.
Shout out to blockers.
Yeah, shout out to blockers, that's right. But I've given them every opportunity to come in and speak their mind, to, rather than just give me the dislike, tell me what you dislike and tell me why you don't like me. I can generally take certain constructive criticism, but if I just see stuff as hate, I'd be like, yeah, whatever, alright, get over yourself. But I've literally given my haters a platform to hate by turning the live chat on, turning the filters off, letting them say whatever the fuck they want. And they still won't do it. Like I've seen my viewers go from 5 to 10, and say I'm on 5 likes, and then it's 5-5. It's like a whole certain team of individuals show up and all dislike me at once. I'm like, look, they're right here, right now. You fucking cockheads. Like, I get negative straight away. But I'm like, live chat's on, guys. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. No one's got the balls. Like, no one has the fucking balls. Ever. Like, at least that's what I respect and appreciate about Dan. Like, he gets so much, like, he says some horrible things, but he gets so much fucking hate. He just tells them to go fuck themselves. Like, but he gets worked up, and then it's just rage. And I've been that person, but like, I got all the respect in the world for him in that sense of that he has this platform with 2,000 followers, and he opens himself up for it every single time. Like, he literally goes live and he's got 5 dislikes, but, and admittedly, he just blocks them all, and at least that way you can weed them out, but like, I don't care about weeding them out. I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to know what their issue is, what they perceive as me being a negative person, or like even in the gaming, or why they don't want me streaming. So I've given them the opportunity, and nobody says a thing. So in my opinion, they're fucking cowards. Like, faceless cowards. Like the thing I put up a long time ago when someone physically threatened me over social media, Facebook, because of actions they perceived of mine on Gran Turismo. And I called them out by saying, you're a gutless prick for doing it in a messenger, like on Facebook, where, because I didn't show anyone the message, and I didn't repeat anything the message said, but I said, you're a gutless prick for doing it on a platform where it's just between you and me. Like, you're accusing me of all these things that involve all these other people that you're very wrong about, and we've since had so many live streams where the issue has been addressed, and I've got Merlin, I've been like, Merlin, tell him this is did I do this, did I? And he's like, no, it was all me. I'm like, yeah, so the haters, go fucking direct your hate at him. They did do that. They just want to hate me, and then do the dislikes, do the negativity, but they won't actually, like, even with the troll account, they won't actually show up in the live chat and be like, this is what you're guilty of, this is why I don't like you. But they have to do the dislike and watch the content and get other people to come and dislike. Like, they're just gutless pricks. Like, And I'm very blunt with that, but I still religiously keep the live chat on because I am giving them the opportunity to air their grievances. You know, like in a public forum where they can type and sound really big brain. You know, because when you type, you sound big brain. When I talk, I don't sound big brain. I spiel. You know what I mean? Even when I've been interacting on Dan's, you know, listening to him go off, I'm trying to word my stuff so eloquently that it's not patronising. It's not like, you know, people are like, how can you support him? I'm like, I'm not supporting him. I think he can be a very foul-mouthed, racist, sexist, chauvinistic cunt. But he would say that he is all those things and be like, fuck you, it is what it is, and you've got to respect someone for that too. Because they're honest, they're not bullshitting, they're not defending themselves and saying that's not what they are. They're going, yeah, you don't like it, fuck off. And you got to respect that. Like, at the end of the day too, people watch him for his pace. I watch him to learn. I'm like looking at his break, like even people notice it with me now. I race with my track map or my the brake balance or fuel map or something, and I literally pick that up from him because I don't want to see the splits. I want my eyes on nothing but the road, and I pick that up from him. And then brake balance stuff like that. Like, and it's not like supporting. He is what he says he is. He's the number one driver, and every time he does stuff, you've got to be like, well done, mate. But
I want him to hear the abuse.
Yeah, well, that's fine. A lot of people do. Like, I could post you a link of a whole page that is dedicated to creating content using audio from his streams. Which, funny, yes. Negative, fuck yes. Sad, yes. Like, I understand he's negative. And I genuinely think I'll get my own A to C video one day, with how many haters I think I have. And there's probably only a handful of them. But like when the dislikes pop up, and I don't know, I generally have a very negative perception of myself. So I think worse of myself, so therefore I think other people are going to think worse of me, you know. So I feel for the dude that just so many people, like, yeah, admittedly his actions aren't that great, but like Chuppa, same shit, if not worse. And Chuppa's got like 30,000 simps, bro. Like, they're fucking sweating on him, they're simping on him. They will watch him destroy half a field and be like, yeah, go get him, Chuppa. Like, nobody does that with Dan. Like, they just fucking abuse him. They just call him a piece of shit. And I think they're sad.
I treat dislikes as a double like.
Yeah, that's a good point too. It is a double like because they're there, aren't they? You know, they're not subbed to your page. They're disliking you, but they're adding to your views. And a like, a dislike, same thing. At the end of the day, when your YouTube algorithm comes out, the more likes, comments, and interaction on a post, the more chance of it showing up in other people's feed. And I try to point out the irony of that all the time when the dislikes jump up. I'm like, do you guys realize you're fucking helping me? No, because you're fucking retarded. They're just fueled by hate, and that's not great. You know, and I've been that person. Like, and it just does horrible things to you. Like, if you focus on that, then you're just gonna, this person said this, fuck you. Like, grow up, get a life, move on. Which I need to, you know, learn from my own words and also do. But here I am talking about it, being honest with you guys, going, I'm trying to fucking work on it. But it's not easy at the moment, and it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I'm not condoning my negativity. I'm just saying it's not easy being a 30-something...
Would you rather a subscriber who doesn't view, or a viewer who isn't subbed?
Yeah, you're right. No, I'd rather a viewer who isn't subbed, because a view is a view. I know what you mean, mate. 100% know what you mean.
I want viewers.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've subscribed to people just to try and you know, create a little community or whatever. I'll get myself out there, and then admittedly I've never really watched their content. You know, I just watch the handful of people like yourself and Dan and Meta and a couple others now that are starting to get up there too. But yeah, you are spot on there. The views are where it's at. Views and comments, in my opinion. Comments are the biggest thing, especially if you have the live chat replay thing on your streams. You know, but like if it's a video that you've just outright uploaded and it ends up with 20 comments in under a day, you know you've done something right. Be controversial or good or whatever. But yeah, you are spot on there, dude. And that's honestly, that's the type of shit that watching a lot more of your stuff that I picked up on, you know, that I think, fuck, I need to do this too, or I need to disregard it like that, like, you know. And even like you said the other day, you know, you went off at a dude and then you just felt horrible, like you'd sub to him and he was a nice guy and you didn't even think he was at fault in the end, you know, and you called yourself out on it, you apologised for it, and you were like, fuck, man, like. And literally seeing you say that, I was like, I've been that guy, like I've been that guy so much. You know, the bigger man is admitting shit like that. So honestly, Loopy, like I fucking respect you now, dude. Like, I know I've had my issues, but I respect you, and I'm not sucking your dick here. I'm just saying you've got your niche, you do it well, and you seem, you're not Teflon coated, but you're very good at seeing it the right way, you know, with your haters, whatever, like you just said there, double like, viewers, like that's the fucking spot on mentality to have in this game, and it's something that I need to fucking learn from. And I genuinely mean, like, I've learned from that, you know. You watch other YouTubers, you learn the do's and don'ts, and I would have probably accused you back in the day of a lot more don'ts than do's, but in doing so, being that person on your chat with the accusations, I became what you don't do. You know, what I don't want on mine. So, yeah, it's, you live and learn, mate. Live and learn. Anyways, guys, we're done. I might be back on Gran Turismo in a little bit. Other than that, I've got there's this free shooter that's like meant to be like Battlefield. Downloaded it last night, played it first time on my own, and haven't played a shooter in months. Came out MVP, #1 player. What's it called? Fucking downloaded it yesterday. It's actually fun, but my mate wants to get on it. Enlisted, it's called. Brand new free-to-play game, PS4 and PS5. So I might get on that a bit later, a couple of hours. But I'm just craving to go back to Spa. Like, I think after this talk, I'm like, I've just got to block out bad results and bad drivers, and you know, move on. And it's a lot easier to create content on Gran Turismo than it is on this, because the replay system on this, you've got to do it as you're doing it. It only saves 3 or 4 laps at a time, so you literally got to do something cool, watch the replay, capture the replay, continue with your race, and it can be very stop-start, and it's not good to do it as a viewable thing. Like, if I'm doing it, I have to do it alone, like while I'm not streaming. Gran Turismo, so much easier. Race replay, go watch your replay later and get all your content you want. And I just love Spa. Honestly, like, even earlier, like I said, I seen a mate playing it in the morning, and he'd uploaded his video, and his pole time was 16.9, mine's 16.4, and I was just like, oh, I should be there winning. But then I was just like, that's not a reason to play either, you know, just to go and win. I want to play it to enjoy it, I want to play it with my mates, and I want to play it like this was just then, where I'm like, fuck, like, intense as fuck. So which around this time, when the gods get on Gran Turismo, it's a lot better, you know, a lot more realistic. So I'll be back on it in a little bit, and I am really sorry for this being really drawn out fucking talk. I'm clearly spieling, rambling. It's just that clarity in my mind too. Like, any other time I've been totally dismissive and nonchalant and laughing my ass off at shit that's happened, it's because I've been really fucking high. So it's just a different version of me, you know. Like, admittedly, I race better too, like without it, but I just get angry, and it's an issue, something that I'm medicated for, and was why I was a fucking stoner my whole life. So, much respect, love, and I genuinely like. I know I've spilled for ages, but like while I was racing, it was fun.
It's all good, man. Good to get it out.
Yeah, well, it's generally what I feel like I am doing. But yeah, I appreciate it. The little community that I do have, the ones who do support me, I do really appreciate it. Like, I've had a couple of people that are just making a habit of, like, they don't even really get involved in the streams, but they're on the edited content all the time, being like, this is fucking dope, you know. And like, I don't want people to sweat on me, but I want to hear feedback on that content. Like, if people are just like, yes, this is sick, but I want them to be like, well, I don't want them to, but like when people go into specifics, oh, this intro, that song, you know, this filter, like when people go into that detail with your edited content, you know they watched it, you know they really watched it and listened to it, and that is just a very giddy feeling. Makes me feel really good. You know, the streaming is more me, more honesty, and you open yourself up for hate, and you open yourself up for stress and rage. But at the end of the day, you got to take the good with the bad. And I'm learning, and I'm only doing this more because I'm not working now, you know. This would be the time where I get on 15, 20 minutes from now, I'd be getting home, and I'd jump on straight away, and like, you'd know if I had a bad day at work, because just one thing would happen in a day, and fucking done. Like, now it's like, when it's all you've got to do, you got to try and not let it out that much, and try and focus on it, and just move on. So I'm going to try and learn from my own words and move on. And you know, we'll see how we go. Lol. It's very pink. But yeah, I'm done. I will speak to you guys soon. I'm going to try and see. This I will get back into, because I want to do that Monza race. I've been loving this. This is incredible. Muzz, thank you so much for all the help with the details and shit, because I've been fucked trying to, the wheel, then the race settings, then the other car settings, the strategy, everything. I think I'm on top of it now, so like next stream should be like, let's go fucking do this, because I want to make a habit. Like, if I am going to practice for iRacing, I need to do endurance racing, like full-blown endurance racing. Which is what I was loving about this game way back when, but it was very hard to get viewers for it, because it's endurance racing. You guys are proving that it can be done. Like, I myself, when InXile did like that 10-hour race, I watched like 6 hours of it, went and had a nap, came back, watched more. Like, you can get viewers doing this type of shit, you know. Like, real racers love endurance racing, so it'd be a good way to, a good thing to do in between FIA seasons, and it's looking like this will be the last FIA season, at least until
Cool as dude.
GT7.
I'll message you as soon as I know.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think I'll be on GT7. I'll hopefully be on to iRacing by then. So yeah, that's the goal. Do more of that. Focus on more of my content, the streaming. I mean, like I said, I tried to get, like, the lobbies seemed like the best thing for Gran Turismo on my streaming. People were saying we need something to do while FIA's off. I had something to do. Nobody expressed interest. That was disappointing. Then we put out the idea of custom content for firstly Top Gun, and then or anyone that's involved in our group, you know, that is in all our races. Nobody showed fucking care. So it was just, what am I doing this for? You know, people say they want something, you give them the opportunity, they don't want to get involved, because it's not a daily and it's not an FIA. So if I'm going to have to play games to better my skill on my own, I'll go do it, man, because I can't just do the sheep shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Some of those guys in certain teams that play dailies for 8 hours a day, I mean, I proved it the other day, dude. I did 5 Monza races, 5 Spa races in a row. first, third. Like, anybody can clock up win. Like, that's me, and I'm not even a second and a half off the top 10. Anybody can get fucking win after win after win after win after win in dailies, bro. It's just dailies. Like, you know what I mean? Anyways, guys, be good. Thanks for the chat. Well, thanks for letting me chat. And it is weird having more viewers while I'm having a chat than while I'm playing, but I guess it says a lot about the people that follow me, which is good. It's like some form of comforting. But I'll speak to you in a bit.